Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV. Well, if you saw my recent broom wagon, you will have heard, hopefully, if you if you listened long enough, anyways, which I know, not guaranteed that that's going to happen every time. But in the Musette Musings, I tried to cover a very complicated and dynamic part of professional cycling, which is the TUE program, the Therapeutic Use Exemption Program. At the heart of the matter, some hackers getting into the WADA's data and hacking in there and releasing the TUEs that had been granted to a number of high-profile athletes recently and on a regular basis. And WADA has recently sent out a press release regarding that, and I'd like to quote from that and give you my take on their response to this controversy. Let's see. This situation, I'm going to quote WADA, has led to a lot of media coverage and unfortunately a tremendous amount of misinformation as it relates to TUEs, said WADA. It is very unfortunate that athletes' TUEs are being debated publicly on the basis of partial confidential medical information. Athletes should not be required to publicly justify their TUEs. That's fine. I agree with that. They further say it is a fundamental human right that personal medical information be kept confidential. Nobody would want such information disclosed, let alone for it to be debated publicly. Unless you're Lance Armstrong and Betsy Andreu is in the hospital room when you're talking confidentially with your doctor. Don't write it on that. Don't write. That's not what we're talking about. Quote, I'm going to quote some more. Athletes should not be required to publish their TUE information, which may de facto disclose their disease or condition, nor should they be required to publicly defend their legitimate use of a TUE. Agreed. I agree with that. It is very unfortunate that with the cyber hacking situation, athletes' TUEs are being debated publicly, blah, blah, blah. I just read that. The TUE program is a rigorous and necessary part of elite sport, which has overwhelming acceptance from athletes, physicians, and all anti-doping stakeholders. That might not be true. I'm going to disagree a little bit with that, assuming that anti-doping stakeholders are the fans of the sport, and there has been a lot of discussion about this recent TUE controversy. So I'll agree with most of that, except and it depends on who they believe the anti-doping shareholders are. I hope they're including the fans. They go on to say the cyber attack was made possible by smear phishing of email accounts through which hackers gain access to ADAMS. That is the Anti-Doping Administration Management System, via an account created for the Rio 2016 Games, said the statement. WADA has no reason to believe that the hackers have access to broader ADAMS system. So all of that is fine. The only problem I have with it is that WADA makes no mention of whether or not the TUE program is subject to abuse if an athlete is given a TUE without a legitimate health issue that the TUE would address. So saying that, all of that's fine, but I think that WADA is remiss in not mentioning at all, nothing, not even the possibility that the TUE program may have been and is being abused by professional athletes. And that's something that is a legitimate concern for everybody, all of the anti-doping stakeholders. So WADA, I hope you can include the possibility that some athletes may have or might in the future or are currently abusing the TUE program. And without doing that, this is just a self-serving justification of a flawed TUE program. So please help us, the people that love sport and enjoy doing it, and hope it is a level playing field. That's the hope. A level, clean playing field. That's the hope. That's the hope that everybody has that watch every sport. So I hope WADA further explains themselves, because I find this to be woefully inadequate. Your thoughts, comments, criticisms, subscriptions, got to keep them coming or this channel will vanish. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. And I'd like to make a disclaimer real quick about my relationship with Facebook. I don't know how it works that well. I'm not really good at Facebook. Twitter, I'm great, but please follow me on both if you can. And I'm trying to get a handle on my Facebook profile. So, anyways, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Until next time. And by doing so, just shoots right across 2 lanes of traffic. And as the breakaway exits, you can just see them now, barely avoiding disaster. And I've asked the UCI all year to do something about the safety of the riders, and